Hello and good evening, CUET aspirants. How are you all? I believe you are all in good health and you are preparing well for your exam. So we were just done with the phase 1 of CUET, the dates that were that the people, those who had exam, students, those who had exam in July, they were just done with those dates, and the second phase is already around the corner. So we all know you'll soon have your second phase of CUET exam in the month of August. So we thought of why not analyze the phase 1, see what all questions of CUET English section were there in the exam, and try to give you a fair estimate of what all can come in the next exam. So our whole purpose is to help you, to guide you, to see and to practice the necessary questions, the probable questions that might come in your CUET exam. So one prominent type of question, one very common type of question that we came to know about after talking to the students, those who have already given their exam. So we came to know that analogy, one word substitution, vocabulary, synonyms and antonyms were some common questions apart from RC. Of course, the weightage was, more of RC, but if we talk about words or vocabulary or jargon or word related questions, analogy was a prominent topic in that. So we thought of why not to understand what analogy is and to practice some questions related to it. Let's see what kind of relationships come under analogy, what kind of questions are covered under this topic, and let's see how to solve them. So the purpose is what we believe and what we have seen through the pattern of those dates in July. Eventually, the difficulty level was increasing. If we talk about the general aptitude section and the English section, though there was not much difference, but yes, of course, there was, some increase in level, right? So that is quite obvious. We believe in the August month, the exams that are going to be conducted in the August month, they will be a little bit difficult, or let's say of higher level as compared to the questions or the papers of July month. So without any further delay, let's start with today's live. Let's see what analogy is. So analogy, as you all know, is the comparison between, we can say comparison or finding similarity between two things that are unlike, that are different, and we try to find out similarity between them and then pair them. Let's see how we do it. So analogies learning objectives should be that different types of relationships expressed by question pairs of words. So what does it mean? तो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप्स क्या है? सपोज यू विल बी गिवन टू वर्ड्स, आपको दो वर्ड्स दिए होंगे या एक पेयर दिया होगा, उनके बीच में एक प्रोमिनेंट रिलेशनशिप होगा जो आपको फाइंड आउट करना है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल हैव टू फाइंड आउट द रिलेशनशिप गिवन इन द पेयर ऑफ द वर्ड्स. सेकंड है कि आपको डिकोड करना है उस रिलेशनशिप को कि वो पार्ट और होल रिलेशनशिप है या फिर वो ऑपोजिट रिलेशनशिप है या फिर वो वेरिंग डिग्री रिलेशनशिप है. आपको दोनों वर्ड्स को सबसे पहले डिकोड करना होगा कि उनका रिलेशनशिप क्या है. ओनली देन विल यू बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट अ सिमिलर कंपैरिजन पेयर गिवन इन द ऑप्शंस. नाउ सपोज आपको 4 या फिर 5 ऑप्शंस दिए हैं, आप किसी पेयर को तभी सिलेक्ट कर पाएंगे जब आप गिवन क्वेश्चन में जो पेयर है उसका रिलेशनशिप आइडेंटिफाई कर पाएं. As simple as that. The third step is significance of vocabulary. Now, of course, if you lack proper vocabulary, if you don't know the word that is coming in your exam, you're not understanding it, you lose the game, right? अगर आपको क्वेश्चन में दिए हुए पेयर्स में से एक वर्ड का भी मीनिंग नहीं पता होगा तो आप उन दोनों वर्ड्स की रिलेशनशिप नहीं निकाल पाओगे. अगर आप रिलेशनशिप नहीं डिकोड कर पाओगे, you will not be able to match it with any other option. So first of all, keep working on your vocabulary. Importance of secondary meanings of words. Now this is very important guys. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है on the surface जो word हमें दिख रहा है, suppose generally it is used in a form of noun, लेकिन बहुत बार आप ऑप्शन देख के ये चीज़ डिकोड कर सकते हैं कि इस पर्टिकुलर केस में हम इस वर्ड का कौन सा मीनिंग ले रहे हैं. सपोज हम उसे वर्ब फॉर्म में ले रहे हैं तो दैट इज नोन एज सेकेंडरी मीनिंग, जो यूजुअली हम यूज नहीं करते हैं, बट ऑफ कोर्स वो सेकेंडरी मीनिंग भी एप्लीकेबल होता है उस केस में. तो यू विल हैव टू फाइंड आउट बाय लुकिंग एट द ऑप्शंस एंड बाय लुकिंग एट द अदर पार्ट ऑफ द पेयर कि इस केस में इस वर्ड का, इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में इस वर्ड का क्या मीनिंग है. right? So importance of understanding the order of the words. Now suppose you are given two words जो आपको pair है A is to B का, आपको उनका order समझना होगा कि as a whole हम A को ले रहे हैं, B को as a part ले रहे हैं, या फिर हम A को as a part ले रहे हैं और B को whole ले रहे हैं. The relationship, it should be same, the order should be same. Now suppose A is of larger order than B. So when you are comparing it or when you are selecting one option, it should be same in the option. Suppose option is C and D. C should be greater than D, right? So the order should be same. आप order को jumble नहीं कर सकते. So these are some basic tips or let's say objectives of how to deal with analogy. By now, I believe analogy is clear. So why not to practice some questions related to it? Let's see who's going to answer this one now. Okay, so before starting with question, let's see different types of relationship. As I already mentioned, there are different types of relationship between the two parts of a pair. They can be. Now suppose this one, fruit and orange. Now we know, let's name them as A and B. So if we say this line is A and this is B, so how to find out the relationship? You should use this terminology. You should say that B is a part of A or B is a type of A, and this order should be same. You cannot say A is a type of B. अगर आपको options में suppose आपको दिया है okay, let's say potato and vegetable, तो उसमें order क्या हो गया है? Opposite हो गया है. It should be vegetable and potato, not vice versa, right? So the order should be same. The second one is drug and cure. Now in this we can say the relationship is that A helps in B, right? Drug helps in curing. So A helps in B. In the third one, if you see brain and thinking. Now brain is an organ, right? So relationship can be A is the body part or the organ and B is the function it performs, right? So A performs B. The relationship of the fourth one, problem and key, we can say B is a solution to A. तो किसी भी problem के लिए key होता है, key हमारा B है, so we'll say B is the key for A. This is how you have to write the relationship or at least understand it in your mind, right? Poor and money, so we can say A lacks B. We can even say A wants B or A is in want of B, right? In the sixth one, study and learning, we can say A leads to learning. So there are various ways of learning. A is one of the type, right? By studying, you learn things. So this is how you have to find out or decode the relationship. ये वो first step है जो मैंने mention किया था last slide में. After decoding the relationship, half of the work is done. अब आपको similar relationship वाले pair को select करना है options में से. So after getting this clear, let's see some questions now. Match the first set with the second set. So first set में और second set में you can see some pairs are given, right? तो आपको individually first set के सभी pairs की relationship को decode करना है और ऐसी ही एक relationship जो है चार relationship in fact prominent होगी इन चारों sets में भी. तो let's name them 1, 2, 3, 4 in A, B, C, D. Okay, so read these pairs carefully first and then we'll try to solve them. Let's name them A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so by now I believe you've gone through all of these pairs. Let's try to answer them. First one is moralistic is to principle. So a person who is moralistic, he is known for his principles, right? So what can be the similar kind of relationship here? Brain and think, fruit and orange, zealot and fervor. So zealot is a fanatic who's fanatic about his religion or anything like that. So this is a similar kind of relationship. A person who's zealot, who's set, for whom we use the adjective zealot, he is known for his fervor, just as a person who is moralistic and known for his principles. So we can say this one matches with this one, right? East and west, this is such an easy example, such an easy pair. These are opposites. तो opposites कौन से हैं set 2 में से? It is poor and affluent. I and C. I is the organ, is the body part. Seeing is the function that it performs. So this is B is the function performed by A. Similar relationship can be seen here. Brain and think. Again, brain is an organ. Thinking is the process that is done by it. So brain and organ. So we are just left with mammal and whale. It will match with fruit and orange. Now again, you can have too many examples in mammal. You'll have to go into depth of it. Whale is the aquatic animal. We are particularly referring to one type of mammal. So this will match with fruit and orange. Orange is a type of fruit. Whale is one among mammal, right? So this was easy, I believe. Easy and interesting. So the first question before you is robbery and crime. So first of all, what is the relationship between robbery and crime? Try to answer this now. Right, so someone is asking कि weightage analogy की ज़्यादा है क्या? So बेटा analogy ही नहीं, RCs भी आती हैं and we are starting the series. We will be coming live. Even after this live, we'll be coming live again with other topics also. So it is just one of the topic that was prominent in your CUET exam. So we thought of why not going live and discussing what are the types of analogies and how to find them out, right? So we will be coming live for RCs and other topics also. So robbery is to crime. So A is a type of B, right? Robbery is a type of crime. Similar relationship can be seen as in truth and emotion. No, truth is not an emotion. It's a state, right? Whether you are telling the truth or you are lying about something. So ये वाला जो है ये cut हो जाएगा, right? We'll cross this one. Painting and art. Now you see, painting is a form of art just as music and dance are other forms of art. तो पेंटिंग और आर्ट का रिलेशनशिप सेम है जो रॉबरी और क्राइम का है. A is a type of B, A is a type of B. So answer will be the second one. Poem and sonnet. अब यहाँ पर जो मैंने आपको ऑर्डर वाली बात बताई थी that the order should always be same. Now poem is not a type of sonnet. Sonnet जो है वो poem की एक टाइप है. Sonnet जिसमें 4 lines होती हैं वो एक टाइप है poem की. तो ये order opposite हो गया है. This is B is a type of A, but we have to answer like A is a type of B. So again, trickery and wizardry, they are synonymous. So answer will be second one. Let's see the next question now. Kindness and humane. Now try to decode what is the relationship between kindness and humane. Yes. So a person who is said to be humane, he is known for his kindness. So B is known for his A. Similarly, bold person or someone who is bold is known for his courage, right? So first one is the right answer. Philatelist is someone who likes to collect stamps and study stamps. So ये relationship अलग हो जाएगा. This is not similar to what we are talking about here, right? So heroine and hero, they are opposite. Christianity and Christ. So Christ is not known for Christianity. He was just a person who did some deeds, because of which after several years some people started following or they started the doctrine of Christianity, right? So he, that is Jesus Christ, he never promoted Christianity. So again, this is a different kind of relationship. The right answer here will be option 1. As a humane person is known for his kindness, similarly a bold person will be known for his courage. Yes, with this, let's move on to the next question. Passive and movement. Now, what is the relationship between the two? We know movement is, it refers to something which is in which when it is moving, right? And passive is quite opposite to it, opposite of active, when you are inactive, when you're not doing anything. So these are opposite. So A lacks B. Similar kind of relationship will be seen in which option? A lacks B. Does stable lack stability? No, right? This is just synonym. These are almost synonymous to each other. Hypothetical and reality, arts and science, truth and liar. So arts and science को हम opposite नहीं कह सकते. There are other subjects also. So we cannot, this is erroneous. We cannot say arts is opposite to sciences. Truth and liar. Truth is a state, liar is used for a person. So the order is not same. There is not, the proper balance is not there in the pair. Had it been lie, it would have been in a sync, right? So in this particular case, hypothetical is to reality is in same relationship as passive is to moment. Hypothetical is something that we assume, that we imagine, and then we go on to try to prove it to be true. So it lacks reality in the initial stage. So again, as passive lacks moment, hypothetical lacks reality. Wasn't that easy one and interesting as well? So the next question before you is drop and flood. What is the relationship between drop and flood? Yes, guys. So the relationship is of varying degree, right? So if we talk about drop, a drop of water, it's in a smaller degree. When we talk about flood, there is a varying degree. It's larger, right? More amount of water is causes flood. So now this is going to be a confusing one. Word and book, film and scene, smile and laugh, coins and money. So let's see the last one. First of all, it's not just coins that we count in money, right? And there can be a number of coins. They can make up a lot of money. So we are not definite about the degree of these two. So if we talk about film and scene again, this is opposite in order because there can be several scenes in a film and not several films in a scene, right? Again, this one is chucked out, as is the fourth one. The first one is word and book. So word, they can make up sentences also. There can be less word and more words. We do not know about it. So the right relationship will be smile and laugh. This is again showing a degree, right? So smile and laugh, they are almost synonymous, but when the degree is lesser, we say he's smiling, she's smiling. And when it is, more in degree, we say the particular person, he's laughing or she is laughing. So the right answer is third one. With this, let's move on to the next one. Secondary meanings of the words. Now, this is the other type that I was talking about. The first one was relatively easier one. You just look at the pair and the meaning which is in mainstream, the meaning which is usually used by everyone is used in that case. But there are certain examples. There are certain pairs where you will have to find out the secondary meaning. For example, waves and spectrum. Now, as in when I say waves, I believe it must strike to your mind about the waves of a sea, waves in an ocean, right? But here, when you see at the other part of the pair, which is spectrum, which is nowhere related to that waves of ocean, of sea, so we have to look for the secondary meaning. Now, what is the secondary meaning of waves? So, if you've read physics, so a particular spectrum has particular number of waves in it and the order remains similar. So I believe all of you must be familiar with Vibgyor, that is the rainbow that we see in the sky after the rain. So in that Vibgyor, we know the order of the colors is same, right? So this relationship is B is made up of particular number of A and in particular order. So similar, what can be the similar pair from the options? If we say chapters in books, we are not certain about the order or the limit of chapters in a book, right? It can be less, it can be more, they can be jumbled also. If we say students in class, again, we are not sure about the order and number of students. If we say letters and words, this is similar kind of relationship. We are not sure about the order of the letters. Stones and mosaic is similar kind of relationship. So here we are left with the second option, notes and scale. This is that music scale that I am talking about. So in a scale, when we talk about music, in a scale there are certain notes, and those notes are in a particular order, just as waves are in a particular order if we talk about spectrum. So yes, this is the right answer, the second one. This has a similar kind of relationship. So like this, you'll have to find out the secondary meaning. Now, another example of secondary meaning, flag and vigor. On the surface, flag seems to be that cloth which is hung on a pole, right? तो लेकिन यहाँ पर when you see the second word vigor, तो एक डाउट क्रिएट होता है कि ये वो वाला फ्लैग तो नहीं है, तो ये कौन सा फ्लैग होगा? Yes. So in a common use, or we can say in a secondary use, when we say flag, it means lack in vigor. So the relationship will be A lacks B. अब ऐसा दूसरा पेयर बताओ जिसमें A lacks B वाला relationship prominent हो. So shield and protection, arrange and marriage, announce and position, diminish and size, record and sound. Record and sound का तो relationship जो है यहाँ पर inappropriate होगा. So again, so shield is known for protection, but here the relationship is opposite. We say A lacks in B. Here A doesn't lack in B, right? So this is a different kind of relationship. Another order is followed here. So the answer will be the fourth one, diminish and size. So we can say as was the relationship between flag and vigor, the first one was lack in the first, the A was lacking in B. Similarly here A lacks in B. So something when it diminishes and it decreases in size, right? So fourth will be the right answer. So you'll have to apply this reasoning, you'll have to convince yourself, you'll have to find the right reasoning to select that particular pair which is in a similar relationship to the given pair. So mankind and woman. Now try to answer this one. Read all the four options carefully. Try to, first of all, try to find out or decode the relationship between mankind and women. Yes, so mankind refers to all the human beings, right? Men as well as women. When we say women, we make it particular. So we can say B is a kind of A. So what other kind of relationship can be seen here? Miserliness and polygamy. There is no relationship between the two. Polygamy is marrying more than one person. You can have more than one wife or more than one husband. This is known as polygamy. And miserliness is a person who's very particular about saving, who's not that spendthrift, right? So there is no relationship between the two. Female and male are kind of opposites. Egotism and cynicism again doesn't have a similar relationship like mankind and women. The one and only clear answer here is misanthropy and misogyny. Mis, which is a root word, means hatred. So when we say misanthropy, entropy is again another root word. Anthrop is anything related to human beings. So misanthropy means hatred for mankind, and misogyny means hatred for womankind or just for women. So this is a similar relationship like the first one. B is a part of A, similarly B is a part of A. So like this, you'll have to find out the meanings and then try to, match them with the right answer. Temperature and heat. अब अगर आप सभी ऑप्शंस देखो, वोट्स एंड पॉपुलैरिटी, IQ and intelligence, ohms and resistance, speed and distance. So one prominent or one common thing that you can observe is बाकी सभी जो हैं वो SI यूनिट हैं B के. A और SI यूनिट ऑफ B, लेकिन टेम्परेचर जो है वो हीट का SI यूनिट नहीं होता. तो हमें एक ऐसा ऑप्शन ढूंढना है जिसमें SI यूनिट ना दिया हो. Speed and distance, we do measure distance by speed, right? So they are relative. और यहाँ पर speed जो है वो distance का SI unit नहीं है, just like temperature and heat. So yes, the right answer will be this one, fourth one. So the next question before you is humdrum and bore. Now read these options quite carefully. Now the difficulty level has been increased a little bit just to make you practice these questions. Yes, so humdrum again means boring, and bore is similar. So they are synonymous to each other. What other word is synonymous synonymous to each other? Is it grim and amuse? It is nutritious and sicken. These are opposites. So something that is nutritious, it will not sicken you. Stodgy and excite. These are again opposites. Heart-rending and move. Pending and worry. So something that is pending may or may not worry you. We do not know that, right? So the right option will be the fourth one, heart-rending and moving. Heart-rending is emotionally moving. Move is the synonymous verb written after it. So we can say the words A, they are adjectives, and the word B, that is bore and move, they are synonymous verbs to A. B is the synonymous verb of A. This is the relationship, and the right pair which will match with humdrum and bore is heart-rending and move. So the next one is sullen and brood. So even if you do not know the meaning of all the words, you can still use your wise guessing. You can use the elimination method to eliminate other options and reach to the right option. So sullen and brood. What is the relationship between these two words now? Yes, guys. So I believe you've read all the option. Sullen is morose and brood is again, very dark, moving, very depressed, which seems depressed, right? So these are again they have a synonymous relationship. What similar relationship can you see in the options? Should it be lethargic and cavort? So a person who's lazy or lethargic, he lacks cavort, right? So regal or loyal person never cringes, again opposites, but we are looking for a synonymous relationship. Docile and obey, poised and plunder, despondent and laugh. So synonymous kind of relationship, if you can see from the remaining three options, should be docile and obey. So a person who is docile, who is calm, who is quiet, who is meek, will obey everything, just as a person who is sullen and he broods, similarly a person who is docile will obey. So these were some examples, some questions which which can help you just to understand how analogy questions are solved. So I believe after this video or after this live, you must have got some idea about at least how to attempt the questions on analogies. So analogies is one such topic which can score you good marks. It can help you increase your marks. So what I would suggest you is you should make a hold on it, right? So that's all for today. For now, I believe you'll work on your vocabulary, because that is one thing that is going to help you in one word substitution, antonyms, synonyms, or even in the analogies. So with this, I wind up today's lecture. Thank you very much. This is Sheetal, your student mentor from Hitbullseye, and that's a wrap for today. Thank you.